What's good is Fame P.C. NuEleven, you know the vibes. And today we're going to talk about JimJones and Zoe Spence. For sure, man. Listen, like, this has been like, this is the era of the streamers right now, for sure. Yeah. And the things that they doing is so dope. So we just saw JimJones, Zoe Spence just jump on stream together, and it was just dope to see because they come from completely different generations. Completely. Like, JimJones is the generation, like, after us, and like she's before us, so I'm in the middle, and I'm just like loving their dynamic in the stream. It's just refreshing to see like how JimJones is able to stay relevant, able to tap into the younger audience, able to tap into like what's going on, and Zoe Spence is just like someone who's been active on TikTok, Twitch, and like she's definitely a force to be reckoned with when it comes to that creator, influencer, streamer space right now. And honestly, yo, it's just like a dope vibe in general, especially for JimJones. Like, you know, we grew up in the era kind of like on Dipset, G-Unit Babies, and JimJones was like a pillar in all that, as far as like the style, his music, and just how his whole demeanor, to be honest. Like, JimJones carried Dipset a lot of the times, and he's still doing his thing with the music. But it's dope because, you know, it gives him, you know, the opportunity to be seen by newer people. He's just kind of like humbling himself a little bit just to be on these newer platforms, like just to show his face. I mean, he's still JimJones. He doesn't have to do this, but it's just like a dope thing for him to be visible in these certain platforms, and you know, it's just gonna have people want to check out his music. Maybe even like the newer, but then also do the research and be like, oh, he did balling back in the day. So I'll go check it out. I mean, even on stream, they'll probably play some of his own music and be like, yo. And with TikTok and stuff, you know, the great thing about TikTok, a lot of the times you have like the older music blowing up. Like right now, the Young LA Ain't I is blowing up, and that song came out a minute ago, and it was fire back then, and it's fire now. Don't I be with Jay serving everybody?
But it's just dope to see like these older songs come back in the limelight, and that could easily happen for JimJones with some of his whole, he has a great catalog of music, and he's still dropping new music. But you know, for him to just show his face on these newer platforms with these newer creators, it's just, it's a positive vibes, and that's what we need with hip hop. Like, we gotta stop this ageism, like, with it. Like, it don't matter what age you are, if you're inspiring, if you're doing dope stuff, if you're making quality music, that's what matters, man. And I feel like him being on stream and the streamers connecting with him, that's kind of bridging the gap and stopping that ageism within the culture of hip hop and, you know, the black community. So
1000%. And I will say, man, JimJones, his innovativeness is like up there with Kanye West, especially in the generation he come from. You know what I mean? He's always pushing the narrative of something new, something fresh, something active, always putting his face in always trying the new things first. You know what I mean? Or being the pioneer of something new. And like I said, like, just going back to their dynamic on the whole stream, like, it's just so much that's just going on. Like, even when they smoke it, like, there's a segment where they smoking, and like she's smoking with Grabba and he's smoking with Fanto Leaf, and like, if you're a smoker, you know, like, Grabba fake came out of nowhere, and like, that's all young people smoke with Grabba, but Fanto Leaf is like, you know, traditionally what Grabba is, you feel me? So just to see JimJones like, nah, I'm not smoking with that Grabba, and Zoe like, nah, I'm not fucking with that leaf. Like, what is that? You about to roll the weed with that? I'm like, this is crazy, you feel me? But that just goes to show, like, to see cultures come together, generations come together, that's what hip hop needs, and that's what's really gonna push hip hop to its longevity. Like, we see what's going on, all the negative stuff, like, you know, whether people going to jail, people killing, dying, overdosing, stuff like that. Stuff like this is going to be the refreshing part that people are going to go back to. Like, this is what we need to see. We need to see these generations intermingle, so then it just feels like one big playground in a sense.
Man. So shout out to hip hop. You know, we definitely want to see it go to like another 50 years, and stuff like this that's happening is going to be the pillar of that. So you know what it is. Fame and P.C. NuEleven.
For sure.